What's up, YouTube subscribers? What's going on? This is Harper back again. How many of y'all just like me looking at a lot of commentary, a lot of content, paying attention to a lot of things that's going on in the diaspora, and in terms of all this stuff hyped up, especially ADOS and our cause. How many of y'all understand that it's time to constantly be encouraged? We got Professor Black Truth back on. He missed a few days, and we understand, people take breaks. And now he's giving out the content in the literature. He's doing it. He's doing it. He's blowing them down with it again. So we also had Tone Talks back on the other day, 2 days ago, and he was talking about some things. And I wanted to say something about to expound and kind of piggyback on some of the things. And one of the things I want to do is encourage us as a community, especially Republicans. There are Black Republicans, that had called his show and was talking about Tone Talk show and was talking about ADOS. And they feel like we should take in our situation and have the President Donald Trump rectify or try to get him on board to rectify. However, the importance of Antonio Moore and Dr. Yvette Cornell is that they have did an assessment on these exchanges in terms of government policy, in terms of laws. Antonio is about numbers. He counts very well. One thing I can say about Dr. Yvette Cornell, she has a beautiful analysis and exchange. She knows how to convey a message and to her analysis and to give the people in terms of speaking what they're warn them and let them know what's really going on as a message. She has a good beautiful exchange in communications. She knows what to say and how to say it to deliver the message. So they are very important. And the importance of these guys is really something we should pay attention to. It's not to divide us. Don't let anything divide us. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. That doesn't matter. I mean, it does hold a place. But in terms of community in this place, in terms of community as it pertains to us and what's happened to us, we're still drawn in together. We're still drawn in together in terms of justice claims, our reparations, and I believe we're going to get them and know we're going to get them. We have to stand. I mean, we had Clyburn to come forth and denounce reparations, but that doesn't stop us. We know where it comes from. We know the iota of that sector, that segment in government, or what they do in terms of who they have put out in front of you. It looked like a slave master, a slave overseer to come out and tell all the slaves what to do. That's kind of what they look like, and basically it is. We're gonna just keep it raw and understand what's going on. Now, in terms of encouraging us to be conscientious about this, that's what I want to say. Don't let your party, religion, or anything devalue this cause and this message as community, U.S. community. Us being in harm's way due to denial concern in terms of our justice claims is a problem. You see, I was standing on the balcony tonight with my friend, and we had dinner together, and I looked over his balcony, and where I live in Georgia, it has many hills, beautiful hillsides and things. And we were just looking over the balcony because we talk about bills all the time. He works for corporate. I have my own job. I do my own thing at business. And he was looking over, and I said, well, I hope they can get us our inheritance. He said, I think they'll be able to do something. And we were both sincere. You guys don't know what it feels like if you're watching this and you're not ADOS, to be in that space where you don't have what you're supposed to have in order to be a part of what's going on around you. And that's this economy. Even though you may be educated, even though you may have all of the education and you live up under the bedrock, but you still don't share the same type of camaraderie. The people who had owned slaves and their children, which predominantly white people in America, which are, and their children, they exist differently. Even though we can love each other, we can be in the same community, we can be around the bedrock due to our income and who we are and our credit score and all that kind of stuff does not make them us. They have a business camaraderie, a family of wealth, they have an inheritance. So when we scraping and struggling just to be inside a place of comfortability and cushion of we're doing that on a different level. It's almost like we come to this place, we get educated, we work hard, but yet we still have to be almost from paycheck to paycheck. sometimes. And sometimes people save and know how to budget and different things. But collectively, as a community, we have no inheritance. But then we know that other people do. So we have to be conscientious. We have to be conscious. No matter if you are a Democrat or a Republican, we have to be conscious. So don't let anything divide your cause and community as important as this is. So we are existing in a different way from everything we know, everything around us. And Tone Talk mentioned, he said, y'all family built this place. When Tone Talks, Antonio Moore, the co-founder of ADOS, he said that when he ended his talk, his commentary 2 days ago. And I noticed he talked to a Republican, and he was trying to get the Republican guy to come inside of understanding that even though you're a Republican, this is what we studied, me and Yvette Carnell. And we're trying to get people on board in the same way. And that because it bothered me. Because I voted Republican. And that's fine. But I understand different things of different causes, and we have to respect those who are in knowledge of what they're dealing with. So we have to all take a deep breath and to figure out what's going on in terms of ADOS. My prescriber asked me, why did I change my name? I changed my name because I actually am an educator. I felt like it, and I didn't want to keep making other commentaries and all of that kind of stuff and everything like that. But what's important is the message. You see, intelligence, you don't go back and forth in intelligence without understanding what's really going on if you're intelligent. So anyway, so what I want to say is I'm so happy that people are out there, don't understand, that are willing to understand, especially us. So we know immigration. Oh, subscriber, thank you. Yeah, well, subscriber, I'm anchoring down. Excuse me, guys, I'm going to start back over. I'm anchoring down to a place where I can lay balance with. And so this is what I'm saying today. I don't know if you ADOS, you probably not. You may be subscriber, you may be ADOS. I'm not sure. However, we are talking about this a lot now. And there are some Trump supporters that are concerned, why don't we take this matter to Trump and try to rectify this situation? Because people who American descendants of slaves, we understand, American descendants of slaves, we understand everything that's going on. We've been sitting back looking at this all our lives. No matter what our successes may be, or how we're good in expertise of our jobs and our education, we understand what we're dealing with because a lot of us don't have an inheritance in terms of community, and other people do. And I'm here to encourage today, and I want Republicans to be encouraged that are ADOS members, and also Democrats that are ADOS people. We need to understand what's really going on here. Everything is in disarray. And that's what we need to do, sharpen. Because how can anybody respect you and you don't respect yourself? Or you don't know who you are? If you don't know who you are, people don't know who you are for you, regardless if they love you or not. And I want to go back to, I live among the bedrock. And I understand that type of living because I've had all kinds of living throughout my life. But this is the thing here. I can't say that that I exist the same way as slave owner descendants. I don't exist in that light. And it's simply it's because for one reason, they have wealth and they're different. Even though I may be comfortable and I have a wealthy salary, you see, it's different from being rich and wealthy. In terms of community, what you need. And I got a question for my subscriber. No, subscriber, I do not like Elizabeth Warren. She's a threat. She's not a truth teller. And she's a threat to our country. And she's a threat, period. Immigration is out there making commentary as though they understand who we are. Let me tell you something interesting about immigration. They get over here. These Africans that come over here, this is freedom to them. See, we don't exist in the same way they exist. They're free from something when they come here. All of them. They're free from heartache and pain. They're free from dire situations of their own villages, all of that. They don't have to piss in the river no more. They're free. They come to our economy, which we laid out through the blood sacrifice, through the denial of our property. And they don't choose to understand that. But in their minds, they're free. But we are free in different existences. We be free if we got our inheritance and had it situated and keep other people from sucking it up. But see, a lot of them are free when they come here from other nations. This is their destination. They don't understand our fight here. They don't understand who we are, and they don't have to. All they want to know, immigration, is where the food at, where the plate at, and they want to eat off of it. And once they get it, they think it's theirs. And then they start helping make the food. And in terms of that, they get jobs. They get on affirmative. Who does affirmative action belong to? Black Americans. So y'all getting on affirmative action, sending y'all children to HBCUs, but you got a problem with our justice claims. That you don't have no dogs in this race. You need to be standing with the people. You don't bite the hand that feeds you. Period. And include the Latinos, the South Americans coming over here. A lot of them get quiet and sneaky, but they're also parroting organizations that belong to American descendants of slaves and poor Americans. Because collectively, it was Black people had to pull themselves up through what happened to us in our situation. Let me read my subscriber says. Did you say before that Reagan put us in debt because he gave amnesty to illegals? Yes, I said that. I actually believe that Ronald Reagan was the beginning of us falling apart. But we're not in debt. To be honest with you, subscriber, we're not in debt. The United States government is not in debt. The United States government plays with ideas and money and ideologies. That's what they do. We're not in debt. Donald Trump just gave $100 billion to urban communities. I mean, we're not in debt. We're pulling out wars, we're fighting wars and pulling banks out of debt. Barack Obama came into office and pulled General Motors out of debt with $100 billion. I mean, we're not in debt, but we're in debt in another sense. It depends on how you want to calculate the money in terms of politics and business. But Ronald Reagan, he put us in debt in another way. We are in debt in another way. This country is in debt with American descendants of slavery, people who were slaved in this country and went through chattel slavery and had to go through institutionalized racism and be redlined. They're in debt for keeping their inheritance, our inheritance. Now, they are in debt with a group of people, but in terms of it being in debt, that can go in different sectors. And, you know, somebody said I was confused on here. I'm not confused. I do a lot of studying. Sometimes I'm placing it different. You just don't understand. I don't have no one-track mind. You see, that's never been me. I understand what I'm saying. And if I look at my vid and it doesn't come out right, I'll delete it because I know people don't get the message all the time. But somebody said that under my commentary. I don't know if they was talking to me or something else, but I want to rectify that. No, I'm not confused. And if I am, people get confused. But I'm here to encourage. I have a lot of dialogue, and I know what I'm talking about. And I want us to be encouraged as people. This is a business. And I see what's going on. And Ronald Reagan, when he gave amnesty to illegals, he just opened up a situation. Only reason he did it is because of big business. Big business done fought for them many years, replacing Black employment and all of that. But now that we're here, we got two wars going on socially. We got us over here fighting for justice claims, which belongs to us, that's been stamped and signed. And then we got people fighting at the border by the border wall and by illegal immigration, which is another thing that's wrong with our country. And Blacks that are here, whether we Democrat or Republican, a lot of Blacks that are in ADOS, we on the same page when it comes down to immigration being here illegally, taking our resources, parroting Black people, nonprofit, and poor Americans, underskilled American nonprofit organizations, and coming in here by the droves. They're not just coming in here by little small groups where you can help people. They're coming in by the thousands, tens of thousands. They're in here in the millions. in the millions. And we was looking at the situation where they are parroting organizations and building businesses, turning this country into something different. Everybody speaking all kinds of different languages, not conforming. And the Africans that come here, most people that come here, this is freedom to them. This is freedom to them. So they don't really know who we are. And they don't, like I said, they don't have to if our government keep allowing it. It's government policy. We have not rectified the people that are here yet, which are ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery, and we have not rectified our problem before we try to help somewhere else. The Jews getting money, the Holocaust didn't even happen here. The United States is all over the place because she's rich. But who's responsible for her wealth? Who gave free labor? Who gave the blood sacrifice? My ancestors. Where's my inheritance in terms of community? Where's our inheritance? You know, as though we be a protected class. Why tell me I'm owed something and give me something and have not yet exchanged with me on it? I have not yet obtained my property. So no, I'm going to go out here and tell my people, be conscientious, understand what's going on. Your religion and everything else does not separate you from the idea of who you really are, no matter how hard you try. Pan-Africanism, that cannot separate you from being American descendant of slavery. Pan-Africanism. Dr. Umar Johnson, I'm going to elaborate on him. I think he has a problem. He's an illness because that pipe dream. That doesn't separate you from who you really are. Your religion doesn't. So be conscious. Understand what's going on. And these Africans and all these people coming up with commentary on here are exposing themselves. They have a beautiful analysis of exposing themselves, talking about what they feel about who we are. They don't even know who we is. Y'all come here to be free off of what our ancestors laid out for you. And then y'all got enough nerve to try to analyze the situation. I could play a soundtrack right now. I may do that next video. But they are coming here making commentary on our resources, on our economy, because they can go, they're not pissing in the river no more. They're coming over here and they're from Trinidad off of free education, being doctors, coming over here going to HBCUs under the fact that they're a minority or Black American or African American when they come from other places, being born here with birthright citizenship from the 14th Amendment, off of civil rights laws that got passed with them in 1965 that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. fought for, and my ancestors, my grandmama, and it was all out there. They don't even know what we done for them, including the southern border. Now, I believe that Donald Trump opened a lot up for us to do, but the way he's allowing the United States government and the Democrats to shove him around, I know he's not a politician. Because he stepped in something where they got lions already. Now, he's a businessman and he's a billionaire. But when he stepped into government and when he started stepping on their toes, when he started pushing these illegals out and these big businessmen, white men that are paying them low wages in these farms in Georgia and in Alabama, they fought against him. State legislature, state Supreme Courts, the jurisdiction fought against the president's policy and did not make them go with a mandatory verify. They fought against them right here in my state. They fought against the governor of Georgia, Nathan Deal, to keep immigration in Georgia because of big business. And Coretta Scott King wrote the letter in 1991 about big business, and she was against illegal immigration. And that's Dr. King's wife. This has got a lot of parts to it. Well, a lot of people don't understand. But the scholars that are over ADOS are saying, I'm not worried about that. We need our allowance. We need our inheritance. We need to be compensated for what we were supposed to get, 40 acres of the mule, or the value of it. We need to be a protected class. Now, since they're giving everybody everything, they're stepping on us. We need to be a protected class. This is what this is about. And they're giving us the dialogue, and they've done the homework. Antonio Moore holds a law degree from UCLA. Dr. Yvette Cornell holds a doctorate from Harvard University. They book writers and everything else. We're some smart individuals. A lot of us are educated. Police calling on their shows. They're trying to do some ADOS. It's not divisive. It's saying, wait a minute. We here. We provide. We built this country. We have sufferings here. We have to reflect in community here, being in dire situation or disenfranchised over all these groups. Predominantly whites don't have to worry. Predominantly whites don't have to worry because they got the bedrock. The history of the white man in this country was authority. Somebody in authority who owned slaves. And slavery was a business. Chattel slavery was a business. And it executed itself. See, a lot of people don't know what to plug themselves to. This is why I'm here. This is what this is. And these immigrants that are coming here is a big problem. And now they're being exposed. So I'm seeing it from all angles, but I have to pull back and say, wait a minute, one thing at a time. And I stand with ADOS because I am ADOS. I'm definitely ADOS. Everything that goes through my veins. And we're not going to continue to sit back and let them use us as a battery of everybody's success. And then come out and take Clyburn or somebody like that, a bootleg Negro, and tell us we can't have something that belongs to us. If they gave us what belonged to us, it wouldn't even hurt anybody else. They just created an ideology. They created a dynamic for people to hate us because they created that. That's the government. And that's what we do. We're taking our issue before the table in business, in the government, as it pertains to the United States government. And that's what we do. That's what we're doing right now. ADOS is very, 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 very intelligent. The people that are founders of ADOS is intelligent. They just unapologetically truth tellers and unapologetically black folks. I was looking at my subscribers. So the thing about it is I like to talk about things, but some of these things are very important that we expound on. Because when I'm studying, and a lot of us have a gift to be for a community. We're not just in our expertise. When I'm studying, I know people need to understand. This stuff is at home with us. You need to understand. I don't care if you ADOS or not. Mainly ADOS do. But we need to understand what's going on. And Donald Trump was up against a lion. He's up against a lion. I don't know what his personal cause is in terms of government. That swag fan sounds like a troll. I'm not really sure, but I'll get moderators as I go. We'll deal with trolls. We don't mind people troll all the time. But open your eyes and ears and understand that we got people out there trying to get attention. These people, it's like they're underclass. So anyway, we're not going to worry about that, but we're going to worry about one thing, and that's bringing our people up. Democrats and Republicans. I don't like what Democrats did. I don't trust them no more or none of that. I don't believe in going to the Democrats, but because my constituents do, my brothers and sisters and leaders in the community, black scholars, I will align myself with their cause, and that's ADOS. I let go of the Democrat Party after I found out how they manipulated us. But, however, we need to understand whether you're Democrat or Republican, ADOS people, you still have a place in community as a black American. And those who are not black Americans, understand you can stand with us because your exchange of Christianity will go down in history. Because whatever we owe by the American state, by the American government, won't hurt nobody for us to obtain our inheritance and our rights because we are being overshadowed by other groups. And it's time out for that. So anyway, I just want to drop by, talk to some of my subscribers tonight. And, I haven't read a book by Bill O'Reilly. I mentioned that subscriber. And I may have some trolls. I don't know. But we'll figure that out. But I'll come back and I'll lay it out again for you. I've been here 30 minutes. I don't mind. Anybody got any interesting questions? Because I like interesting questions. I'm not a kind of celebrity gossip guy. But I will. But I'm not that kind of guy. I like to do things that's effective. Anyway, so, but you know, it's beautiful to be beautiful in terms of education, knowledge. And that's why I come here. Because I do more work outside the cameras, outside this commentary when I do my shows. And you may be right. I appreciate the subscribers for being there. I do more work outside. So I'm bringing it here to the forefront because I know people need to be encouraged. I don't ever know who might see my commentary, but subscribe to my channel. Thank you for protecting me and each other. And share your thoughts. Press the like button and comment. Share your thoughts. I don't know if this is scattered and all over the place. Usually if it is, I take it down. But I'm coming more effective, okay? ADOS, keep your head up. I love you. I like to talk business in a wide sector. But ADOS, keep your head up. Because we are important, whether you're Republican or Democrat. Whatever religion you in. Right now, this is history. We're important, okay? We mean something to each other. So that's what I want you to hear tonight. ADOS, we are very important. We got to keep ourselves conscientious. Don't let nothing put you back, because these people are out here doing commentary, piggybacking from what we're doing. I see Africans out here starting to do commentary, create broadcasts with all them underneath, trying to demise and defy the presence of Black Americans who fought for them to be here. They don't even know who we are. They suffer from ignorance. And we need to keep doing what we're doing. So keep your head up. Let's keep continue. And don't let anything separate you. Because I was worried about Tone Talks when he did a talk. One of the Republicans, Black Republicans, called in. I know a lot of Black Republicans. And they were concerned about taking the issue to President Donald Trump. However, Tone Talks is saying that Donald Trump does not have the conscience and the knowledge of being a politician in terms of wealth, in terms of what we want. He's already got a load going on. And also, his aim is not to be there. Donald Trump did a lot of things he didn't think he would do because he didn't know about governing. He knew how to run a business. And the Democrats, they have been liars too. So it's pretty interesting when that caller called in and he was a Republican. But I love all you guys, especially my Republicans. I love y'all too because y'all are insightful and y'all see. Black Republicans, I love y'all because I'm one too. But I'm basically a independent. But I understood why I needed to go Republican the last time. I'm glad I did because it was going to get really a lot worse if we hadn't fought like we did. It already got worse when we got Nancy Pelosi in the House. But Tone and Yvette see it a different way. They say that in terms of reparations, we wouldn't even got a feedback on it. They probably thought if just Republicans was in office. But we all have our opinions. But I respect our founders and co-leaders in the community. So I'll do some more research and we'll expound on these subjects more. And we'll talk about it. But thank you for joining me. This is Harper with Community First. Thank you, subscribers, for being there, talking to each other. And y'all don't fight. Y'all don't fight. Thank you. But protect me.